Thank you for giving us your time so we can share with you important information about the programs and advocacies of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. The BSP has been conducting public information campaigns in line with the effort to increase awareness on the role of the BSP in the economy and the financial system, and to further enhance the transparency of monetary policy. The BSP has also embarked on a consumer education program that aims to improve the basic financial literacy of the public. I am Maria KARENZ ODCHIGUE of BSP Roxas branch, and I will be presenting the background of the BSP as well as the clean note policy and the enhanced new generation currency security features. This will cover the first part of the forum. The second part will be presented later by my partner, Ms. Maria Cristina Del Rosario. To begin with, okay, what do you know about the BSP? So the BSP's primary mandate, its objective is to maintain price stability conducive to a balanced and sustainable growth of the economy and employment. So it shall also promote financial stability, shall oversee the payments and settlement systems in the Philippines in order to promote sound and prudent practices consistent with the maintenance of financial stability, and shall promote broad and convenient access to high-quality financial services and consider the interests of the general public. It was only on July 3, 1993 that the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, or BSP, was established by Republic Act number 7653, or the new Central Bank Act. Our current governor is Governor Benjamin Jokno. These are the core functions of the BSP, or the three pillars of central banking. We have the price stability, financial stability, and efficient payments and settlement system. So price stability can be done through the conduct of monetary policy. Financial stability by promotion of a secure and reliable banking system by ensuring the safe and sound operation of banks and other BSP-supervised financial institutions. An efficient payments and settlement system is by providing channels through which funds are transferred among banks and other institutions. Price stability. The BSP's main responsibility is to implement, formulate policy in the areas of money, banking, and credit with the primary objective of preserving price stability. Price stability can be done through conduct of monetary policy, or can be achieved through the conduct of monetary policy. Monetary policy refers to the measures or actions taken by the BSP to help keep inflation low and stable. The BSP conducts monetary policy using an approach called inflation targeting. In this approach, the BSP promises to keep average inflation close to a pre-announced target. So what is price stability? Price stability refers to a condition of low and stable inflation. By keeping price stable, the BSP ensures strong and sustainable economic growth and better living standards. Price stability helps make goods and services more affordable. It promotes greater savings, increases certainty in investment decisions, and facilitates creation of more jobs and opportunities. So on average, prices neither increase nor decrease markedly. Price changes are negligible over time. So when price changes are negligible over time, we have price stability. Promoting price stability is the BSP's main task. How are prices, no, or how are it measured. So the composition of our CPI basket. So we have the consumer price index basket. So you can see here the percentages of our prime commodities, no, percentage that they have in our consumer price index. So this is our basis, no, for measuring or taking our inflation. No, so through our consumer price index. So we have here clothing and footwear, alcoholic beverages, household equipment, housing, water, electricity, restaurants, recreation and culture, communication, health, transport, education, and food and non-alcoholic beverages. So why is price stability important? Number one, price stability preserves purchasing power. So the purchasing power of money is a currency's ability to convert it to goods and services. In other words, it is a conversion rate of money towards goods and services. Another term for the purchasing power of money is the real value of money. So this is an important or essential indicator in making decisions. Number two, it increases Okay, sorry. Number two, it increases certainty in decision making. Okay, monetary policy is the actions by a central bank to manage the availability, cost of money and credit, to influence overall demand for goods and services and ultimately attain stable prices. Think of monetary policy as the faucet. So the BSP is the person who controls the faucet and the water represents the money supply. So to tighten monetary policy, the BSP can raise its policy interest, prompting market interest rates to follow suit. So when there is excess demand in the system, which could increase inflation, the BSP tightens the faucet to dampen demand, which would make people buy less goods and services. To ease monetary policy, the BSP does the opposite. Excuse me. For example, it can reduce policy rates, lend money to banks, or bring down the reserve requirement. When demand is less than the supply of goods and services, then the BSP loosens up the faucet. If done carefully, increasing demand could stimulate a sagging economy. So it's just like adjusting a faucet, no, the kind of monetary policy that BSP does to make sure that there is price stability. So an example, this is an example of inflationary pressures due to excessive demand. The required action is for BSP to slow down inflation by implementing contractionary monetary policy by raising policy rate. If there is excess demand, prices will tend to increase at a rapid state. This may distort business and investment decisions, which could lower overall production and hinder growth. So this is an example of a contractionary monetary policy. Inflation targeting. This involves publicly announcing an inflation target which the BSP promises to achieve over a certain period. So dapat the inflation should be within the target set by BSP. Next is financial stability. Promotion of a secure and reliable banking system by ensuring the safe and sound operation of banks and other BSFIs. So banking is a business founded on public trust. Banks are uniquely allowed to take deposits from the general public. They then transform these into loans and other financial assets that fuel the requirements of the economy. To ensure the prudent management of deposits and funds from the public and stability of financial system as a whole, banks are subject to close supervision, and supervision is principally performed by the BSP. So these are the banking institutions and other financial institutions under the supervision of Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. While on the right side are the institutions under SEC, Insurance Commission, and the CDA. So financial stability is about managing financial system risks so that these risks do not create negative consequences to the rest of the economy. Thus, financial stability is about managing risks that can disrupt the availability and effective delivery of financial products and services. Managing systemic risk is crucial to avoid the next crisis. Financial system intermediation process. Our approach to financial stability treats the financial system just like that of our house. We see the whole house, conscious of how the different parts are linked with each other to provide something bigger than the parts. This also means that in protecting the financial system, we have to be conscious of the risks that can cut across the different elements of our financial house. This is the very nature of managing risks, which is at the core of our pursuit of financial stability. Okay, how does the BSP conduct financial supervision and regulation? So the BSP supervises banks, quasi-banks, and their subsidiaries, as well as affiliates, by ensuring compliance with prudential rules and regulations. This assures the conduct of business in a safe and sound manner. The BSP also regulates under special laws other non-bank financial institutions, such as non-stock savings and loan associations, as well as pawn shops. The BSP issues rules and regulations such as capital adequacy, which means that the owners and stockholders of banks have to put in a minimum level of capital to cover possible losses from the bank's investments and other operations. The BSP also conducts on-site and off-site examination to make sure that they are complying with laws, rules, and regulations. On-site means BSP examiners visit the banks and review their accounts or book of accounts, systems, and other operations. Off-site means that the BSP assesses banks' records and operations by reviewing the reports they submitted. Financial stability matters to everyone. For individuals, a well-functioning financial market facilitates bills payments, money transfers, settlement of obligations, and is a venue for a future via investments or savings. For financial regulators, attaining financial stability eliminates the risks that can disrupt the orderly flow of products and services to the general public. For corporates need to raise capital for their business initiatives while relying on financial markets for day-to-day services. And of course, for the Philippines, financial stability ensures that the economy is healthy and its growth is sustainable. The third pillar of central banking is efficient payments and settlement system. This is providing channels through which funds are transferred among banks and other institutions. The BSP makes sure that the payment infrastructure meets the highest standards for safety, soundness, and operational resilience. It makes sure that the new tools provided by rapid technological advances are used in the design of payments systems. Since 2002, the BSP has owned and operated the PhilPass, an automated facility used by the BSP and participating banks for immediate settlement and fund transfers. Okay. This includes institutional and infrastructure arrangements and processes through which money is transferred from one party to another, and provides channels through which funds are transferred to discharge payment obligations arising from economic and financial transactions. This is also designed to handle and ensure the safety of transactions involving as much as trillions of pesos. The PhilPass is a very important and convenient payment system. RA number 11127, or the National Payment Systems Act, provides a policy and regulatory framework, also known as National Retail Payment System, or NRPS, to establish safe, efficient, and reliable retail payment system in the country. With the third pillar of central banking, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas sees to it that payments are made safely, promptly, and accurately. So these are the other functions of the BSP. Issuer of money, only the BSP can issue legal tender. So an adequate supply of money facilitates growth of investment and consumption. This leads to higher output and employment creation. Doubling the supply of money will not double the supply of goods and services at the same time. Production and provision of goods and services take a longer time cycle. As a result, more money will only bid up the prices of goods and services. That is why too much money is not good for the economy. Next is the manager of official reserves. The BSP maintains international reserves to meet the economy's foreign exchange requirements and help keep the value of the peso stable. When the external sector is strong, the market has more confidence in the Philippines and foreign investors are encouraged to come. This directly promotes growth. Bank of banks, or lender of last resort. The BSP transacts with banks only and gives loans when warranted. The BSP may grant emergency loans to banks. This could be for the purpose of assisting a bank in an unsteady financial condition or under serious financial pressures brought by unforeseen events. Okay. Determination of the exchange rate policy. We have a system of freely floating exchange rates where the value of the dollar in terms of the peso, like any good or service sold in the market, is determined by supply and demand. Under a floating exchange rate system, if more dollars are demanded, it will cost more pesos to get $1. If, on the other hand, more dollars are supplied, it will cost less pesos to get $1. So the BSP does not set the exchange rate, the market does. And also, the BSP is the official depository and advisor of the national government. The national government maintains deposits with the BSP, while the BSP advises to the national government pertaining on matters to borrowings. Okay. The key points: to preserve purchasing power, the BSP's main objective is to maintain price stability. It uses inflation targeting as a framework for conducting monetary policy. Consumers directly benefit. To help promote financial stability and a secure and reliable banking system, the BSP manages systemic risks and ensures the safe and sound operation of banks and other banking institutions. Depositors, borrowers, and other financial system players directly benefit. To ensure safe and efficient payments and settlements of financial transactions, the BSP provides policy and regulatory framework and infrastructure essential to the effective functioning of financial systems. This is where transacting parties directly benefit. So that is my presentation on the role of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Next, we go to the BSP Clean Note and Coin Policy. So there is a need to withdraw dirty notes from circulation so that only clean notes can be used. This is also to minimize transmission of disease-causing bacteria contained in dirty notes and to ensure that only clean notes remain in circulation so that counterfeit notes can be easily detected. So as you can see on your screens, we have an example or examples of unfit currency notes. Number one, we have to check the soil level, presence of or accumulation of dirt or liquid across the surface of the banknote resulting in the discoloration or aging of the substrate. So if we have unfit notes in our possession, as much as possible, we do not advise that we continue to use it as payment. No, but we advise that you go to the nearest bank, no, authorized agent bank, and have it exchanged. No, or here at our office, no, we also accommodate walk-in clients who would like to have their unfit notes exchanged. Okay, number two, we have stains, writings, or markings, mga mancha at sulat. No, so markings or patches visible on the banknote surface, ink stamps, no, writings, or those who are fond of writing wanted text mate on banknotes or writing their cell numbers. So those are prohibited acts. No, so if you have in possession those kinds of notes, they are considered unfit notes. Limpness, pagkalupaypay, rag-like or limp appearance. No, so it cannot sustain an upright position when held crosswise. And faded print, pagkupas ng imprenta, obvious fading of any design on the banknote. So these are examples of our unfit banknotes. Crumples or heavy folds. So we also advise that you do not crumple our banknotes. If there are in any case, you can fold it neatly, but you cannot crumple it. No, because presence of heavy creases brought about by crumpling or folding of the banknotes may damage the banknote itself. So this is also another example of an unfit banknote. Has any of the following characteristics: soiled, with writings, with stains, with faded print, with crumples, limped. So usually there are those who are still using this as payment. So we advise again that you shall have this banknotes exchange with any bank. No, do not worry. Wag mag-alala kahit na wala tayong account sa bangko kung saan tayo magpapapalit ng ating mga unfit na pera. Pwede natin pa-exchange sa kanila ang ating mga banknotes at wala pong bayad yan. That is free of charge. Or you can directly go to any BSP branch located nearest you and have that unfit banknote replaced or exchanged. So this is an example of a mutilated currency note. Has any one of the following characteristics: with tear or missing part, splitting of substrate, charred or decayed, sunog or bulok, with adhesives or staple wires. No? So those are already considered as mutilated banknotes. So I believe you have seen one of the episodes of Jessica Soho where an elderly discovered, nakita niya sa bahay nila ang mutilated na 1,000 piso and 500 piso banknotes. No? So if ever you have those kinds of banknotes, you can have it verified here at BSP Roxas branch or any BSP branch na malapit sa inyo. Have it verified so that if it would fit the qualifications, we will exchange those mutilated banknotes with new banknotes. These are prohibited acts on handling banknotes and coins. Please remember or take note. Bawal po ang pagsusulat o paglalagay ng mga marka, labis na paglukot o pagtupi, pagpunit, paggupit o pagbutas, pagbabad sa mga kemikal or in other cases, nilalabhan, para makuha daw ang germs, so bawal yan. Pagsunog, pag-staple o paglagay ng anumang pandikit. So these are prohibited acts on handling banknotes and coins. So how do we take care of our banknotes? Do not draw or write anything on the notes. Do not crumple, tear, or burn the notes. Keep your notes dry, huwag basain. If possible, separate your notes from your coins and never pull out the security thread. Kasi kung wala na po security thread, ang banknote ninyo, considered na siya na no value. So please make sure na may security thread ang ating banknotes. Okay, next we proceed to the coin recirculation program. So the purpose of the coin recirculation program is to flush out coins in storage, promote the importance of coins, generate behavioral change. How? By making it a habit for the public to use and accept coins. Also, to help comply with Republic Act number 7394 or the Consumer Act of the Philippines, which prohibits entities from giving insufficient change or giving of change or candies other than money. Okay, did you know that as of July 31, 2020, there are about 34.9 billion pieces of coins valued at 46.3 billion pesos in circulation. So the number of coins in circulation is equivalent, supposed to be, to 318 pieces per Filipino. No? So yet there is still a perceived shortage of coins, particularly low denomination coins. Yung mga 25 centavos, no, 5 centavos, ano ang problema? So where can the coins be? With the public, piggy banks, or garapons, drawers, vending machines, amusement centers, or civic organizations, street banks, vaults, no? Or sa mga kabinet natin, nakatago, hindi ginagamit. No? So clearly, the problem is not the supply, but it is the circulation. So the solution is efficient recirculation by all coin users. So what we can do, if we flush out coins and bring them back to circulation, the BSP will mint less of it. The savings from lower production costs will revert to the national government in the form of dividends. It will also generate behavioral change by creating awareness on the need to keep coins circulating. To also have developed and strengthened a partnership with banks and banks to accept coin deposits and recirculate or deposit them to BSP. It also result to improved coordination between BSP and banks through different banking associations, partnership with other stakeholders, retailers to source coins or coin requirements from banks, and the private sector initiatives to recirculate coins. So this is what we can do so that we can avoid the any perceived shortage of coins. No? So if, as we can see from our screens, we have adequate supply or adequate production of coins. So it is only a matter of circulation. No? So there is no shortage. It's only a matter of circulation and our behavior of using our coins, especially the low denomination coins, instead of keeping it at our houses or our piggy banks. No? So please let us circulate our coins. We now proceed to the new generation currency enhanced banknotes. So ano ang mga salaping papel sa ilalim ng new generation currency? Ang mga salaping papel ng NGC ay bumubuo ng kasalukuyang serye ng mga salaping papel ng Pilipinas na inisyo ng Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas noong Disyembre 2010 na aprobado ng Pangulo ng Republika ng Pilipinas sa rekomendasyon ng Monetary Board. Ito ay binubuo ng 1,000 piso, 500 piso, 200 piso, 100 piso, 50 piso at 20 piso. On December 2019, inilabas ng BSP ang 20 piso na barya na siyang papalit sa 20 piso na salaping papel na nasa sirkulasyon. And noong Hulyo 2020, inilabas naman ng BSP ang pinahusay na bersyon ng mga salaping papel na 1,000 piso, 500, 200, 100 at 50 piso. Bakit pinapahusay ng BSP ang disenyo ng ating mga salaping papel? Ang serya ng mga salaping papel ng NGC ay 9 na taon nang nasa sirkulasyon, kung kaya't kinakailangan ang mga pagpapahusay ng mga tampok pansiguridad nito. So we need to upgrade or upgrade our security features. Bilang kasanayan ng mga central banks ay regular na nagbabago ng mga disenyo at tampok pansiguridad ng kanilang mga salapi. Nakadalas ay tuwing ika-10 taon upang maprotektahan ang integridad ng salapi at mapadali ang pagtukoy ng pagkakaiba ng bawat denominasyon at upang maitampok ang mga panibagong teknolohiya na laban sa pamimeke. So this is to avoid counterfeiting and of course to enhance the security features at the same time para mas easier for us to identify the denomination. Paano matutukoy ng publiko kung tunay ang pinahusay ng mga salaping papel na NGC? Upang matukoy kung tunay ang mga salaping papel na ito, pinapayuhan ng BSP ang publiko na maingat na salatin, tingnan at ikiling, feel, look, or tilt ang kanilang mga salaping papel upang suriin ang mga tampok pansiguridad ng mga ito. Salatin, i-feel. Feel natin ang security paper that is rough to the touch. Ang ang ating banknote is rough to the touch. We also have to feel the embossed prints o yung makakapal na mga print na nasa papel natin, perang papel natin, tactile marks, mga palatandaan na pwede natin masalat or ma-feel na nasa perang papel natin. Tingnan or look ang watermark. So ang watermark, nasa right side siya ng pera, yung sa white portion. Kung titingnan natin sa maliwanag ang pera, may makikita tayong shadow image. Shadow image ng heroes na nasa pera or kung sino ang personality na na-feature sa pera. So that is called the watermark. Security fiber, mga maliliit na mga tela na red and blue na kung ilalagay natin ang pera sa ilalim ng ultraviolet device, ito ay nag-glow. So those are called the security fiber. We also have to look or tingnan ang asymmetric serial number. So dapat ang serial number na nasa upper right and lower left ng pera ay the same. And also we have to look at the see-through mark. Next, ikiling. Ikiling or i-tilt to make sure na nag-iiba ang kulay ng security thread to see the concealed numerical value. Tingnan kung nag-iiba ang kulay ng optically variable ink na nasa 1,500 piso bills, optically variable device patch, and the enhanced value panel. So i-tilt natin siya o ikiling para ma-check natin kung nag-iiba ang kulay once na ibahin natin ang anggulo ng pera. Ano ang mga papahusay na disenyo at mga bagong tampok pansiguridad ng mga salaping papel ng NGC? So we have the security thread, bago siya. Enhanced value panel for the 1,500 peso bills. Tactile marks, which is present sa 1,000 up to the 50 peso bill. And the optically variable ink, which is only present sa 500 kag 1,000 peso bill. So we now have the enhanced 1,000 peso. So there you can see the features of our enhanced 1,000 peso bill. So we have the enhanced value panel. It has a rolling bar effect with color shifting from green to blue kung ikiling siya or it-tilt, no, in different angles. So nag-change ang color niya from green to blue. Next, we have the tactile marks. For the 1,000 peso bill, we have 5 pairs of short horizontal bands located at the extreme right and left sides of the note. So if it's 5 pairs of short horizontal bands, it means it's 100 pesos, 1,000 pesos. Next, we have the window security thread. So it increased thread width from 4 millimeters to 5 millimeters, adopted tinalak indigenous weave design with dynamic movements of design patterns, color, and micro-optic features, and the optically variable ink on the lower right portion of our 1,000 peso bill. It has the enhanced colors for the 1,000 value panel at the lower right portion of the note, and more apparent color shift from green to magenta if you tilt or ikiling mo ang note in different angles. We now have the enhanced 500 peso bill. So we also have the enhanced value panel, the 500 on the left side. It has a rolling bar effect with color shifting from gold to jade. Tactile mark. We only have 4 pairs of short horizontal bands located at the extreme right and left sides of the note for the 500 peso banknote. Optically variable ink. New patch design bearing the images of 3 stars and a sun and a 500 numerical value with color shifting from green or gold to green and vice versa. We also have the window security thread, adopted indigenous weave design from the southern Philippines with 3D and holographic features and color shifting from gold to jade and vice versa. 200 peso banknote, tactile mark. So for the 200 peso banknote, we only have 3 pairs of short horizontal bands located at the extreme right and left sides of the note, and the window security thread. So if you tilt the banknote, the color will shift from green to blue and vice versa. The 100 peso enhanced banknote, 2 pairs. 2 pairs na lang siya ang short horizontal bands niya, also located at the extreme right and left sides of the note. It also has a window security thread with color shifting features from violet to bronze and vice versa if you tilt the banknote. And of course, the enhanced 50 peso banknote, it only has 1 pair of short horizontal bands located at the extreme right and left sides of the note. And it has an embedded security thread. So iba po ang security thread ng 50 peso, from the rest. So embedded meaning nasa loob siya. So makikita mo ang banknote when you view it against the light. So you will see there the embedded security thread. Ano mangyayari sa mga salaping papel ng NGC na kasalukuyang nasa sirkulasyon? So ang mga pinahusay na salaping papel or the enhanced NGC banknotes ay magagamit kasabay ng mga salaping papel na kasalukuyang nasa sirkulasyon. So unti-unting aalisin ng BSP ang mga salaping papel na ito habang pinapalitan ng pinahusay na bersyon. So it coexists, meaning pwede pa natin silang magamit na sabay. So hindi tayo magpanic, baka isipin natin na ang old version ng NGC natin hindi na pwede magamit. So pwede pa siya. Pwede pa natin magamit for payment, for circulation, until such time na mag-announce po si BSP kung kailan na siya dapat palitan. We now go to the new generation currency coin series. This is an introduction to the new 20 peso and enhanced 5 peso NGC coins. So why is the BSP replacing design of our coins? So RA 7653 or the new Central Bank Act allows BSP to call in for replacement of coins which are more than 10 years old. So what are the reasons for the conversion of the 20 peso banknote into coin? The 20 peso banknote is the most used denomination for payments across the country and is easily rendered unfit for circulation and returned to the BSP for replacement. As such, the issuance of a coin in lieu of a banknote is more cost efficient in terms of currency production in the long run. So mas matibay ang coins. That is why the 20 peso banknote was converted into coins. These are the design elements of the new 20 peso NGC coin. It features Manuel Luis Quezon. It also features the Nilad plant and the Malacañang Palace. These are the specifications of our new 20 peso NGC coin. Diameter is 30. Weight is 11.5. Material is plated steel. The color is core, silver. Outer ring is bronze. Plating, the core is nickel, while the outer ring is bronze. Coin edge plain with PSP edge lettering at 6 angles. So we have the portrait of Manuel L. Quezon, the name, plain coin edge with BSP lettering, embossed text, Republika ng Pilipinas, the mint mark, year mark, and microtext, which reads Republika ng Pilipinas, microdots, and the embossed denominational value. At the back, it features the Nilad, Malacañang Palace, BSP logo, again, the microdots, and microtext, which we can read Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. And these are the features of the enhanced 5 peso NGC coin. Since we have received feedback that there are some confusions with the new NGC 5 peso coin as to the old 1 peso coin, the BSP has changed or enhanced the feature of the 5 peso NGC coin. Now it has a 9-sided edge. No, hindi na po siya round. So it has already 9 sides. Para hindi po tayo malito. Maiwasan po ang mga confusion. Also, the material is still nickel plated steel. The color is still silver. Okay. It features a portrait of Andres Bonifacio, name of Andres Bonifacio, plain coin edge with 9 sides, embossed text Republika ng Pilipinas, the mint mark, year mark, microtext Republika ng Pilipinas, and the embossed denominational value. At the back, it still features the tayabak, BSP logo, and microtext Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. So these are the key takeaways for my presentation. Number 1, exchange your mutilated or dirty notes to banks nearest you or at BSP. Recirculate our coins. Don't keep them inside bank vaults, inside drawers, piggy banks, or thrown away as inconvenience, but instead deposit them in banks to help circulate money. The new 20 peso NGC coin and eNGC banknotes or enhanced NGC banknotes shall coexist with the NGC banknotes as legal tender. The NGC banknotes shall be gradually removed from circulation through natural attrition. These are also the proper currency handling during this time of COVID-19 pandemic. So please do not put soap, alcohol, bleach, and other disinfecting chemicals to banknotes, as this may constitute as an act of mutilation or destruction of the Philippine currency. So bawal. Bawal po siya. So what do? We just go about with our frequent hand washing to mitigate the spread of COVID-19. So frequent hand washing po, of course, no, para hindi po tayo or we will avoid the spread or mitigate the spread of COVID-19. So these are the pertinent laws and regulations to protect and maintain the integrity of the currency. So we have the Presidential Decree number 247. That is why I said earlier, no, that we have to remember, no, the prohibited acts, because there is a law, no, that is punishing the law that is the basis for punishment or penalties if you commit prohibited acts against our currency or banknotes. No, this is prohibiting and penalizing defacement, mutilation, tearing, burning, or destruction of central bank notes and coins. It shall be unlawful for any person to willfully deface, mutilate, tear, burn, or destroy in any manner whatsoever currency notes and coins issued by the Central Bank of the Philippines, and that any person who shall violate this decree shall upon conviction be punished by a fine of not more than 20,000 pesos and or by imprisonment of not more than 5 years. So this is the Presidential Decree number 247. Okay, we need to understand and take by heart our obligation to respect the integrity of our money and to take good care of our currency. The BSP has various responsibilities that has touched the lives of Filipinos. This forum is part of the financial inclusion programs and advocacies of the BSP to ensure that Filipinos are financially educated and consumers are protected. So this ends my presentation. No, the first part, pasensya na po kanina. No, medyo nag-ano lang po yung throat natin. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for the opportunity you've given us to share to you the programs and advocacies of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Thank you to our partner agency, Department of Education, for assisting us and giving their full support to the advocacies of the BSP. Again, thank you very much and good afternoon.